Big pirate mustache going on today.
And it looks like he's in a pirate ship. The background.
It really does. You're gonna spring a leak behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna swab the poop deck. Luckily, I have Dude wipes.
Oh,
Nice.
that's something.
No, I don't have it.
Brought to you by.
Yeah, exactly. No, cool stuff, guys. And then you got me, Abel Montes, host of Packaging Unboxed podcast. We do the Packaging Today show every day, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we talk about packaging, whether it's new designs, regulations, sustainability, all sorts of stuff. And we've got a couple guests coming up here in the next couple of days, so pretty fun stuff.
Exciting.
We are talking about Brooklyn beer, and we're talking about. We're gonna get copyrighted. We're talking about the Brooklyn beer, Copenhagen,
Stupid copyright.
the packaging design, and like what they did, what's good, what's working, and we'll kind of get into it. Corey, you've taken a look at this. You like IPAs? I don't, right?
I do. I love IPAs.
Adam, what do you think?
My waistline does not love IPAs.
That's true.
I just don't get when I sing why we don't.
That was my favorite part of the show.
Brooklyn.
I love cutting you off, Adam. It's my favorite.
I know. You and drivers on Interstate 15 in Utah, both the same. Just love to cut me off.
They're all hopped up on that caffeine over there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not in Utah.
No. Lots of caffeine is consumed in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Just not hot caffeine.
Right. Cold caffeine.
Is that it?
They're a soda group, right?
My understanding, coffee is a no-go, but Red Bull is a ding.
Which makes perfect sense to
listen.
Yeah.
How about beer? Huh?
Yeah.
Let's get back to beer. All right. So
let's talk about some beer.
Yeah. All right. So we got Brooklyn beer. This hang on.
Looks like a labeled can.
It does. Look like they put a sticker on this thing.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear labeled can?
Packaging.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at this. So how can you tell that it's a label?
Because there's a label on it.
Generally, right. the upper portion of the can is not labeled. It's
printed.
Okay. So if I'm a brand and I want to launch, what's up, Mode? How you doing?
Hey, Mode.
I want to launch a product in a can, this is going to be the easiest, fastest way to market, I would assume.
No.
Nope.
Not anymore.
Okay. Not anymore. What is the fastest way to market now?
I mean,
digital cans.
You can print digitally on cans. Mm-hmm. That's becoming increasingly. Yeah, that's right, Hugh.
No, you're wrong. Labels are not packaging.
It's becoming increasingly more common to do direct inkjet printing onto digital cans.
Really?
Yeah. The label is probably still you're probably right, Avelio, as always. It might be the fastest way. Still, it's getting pretty close though. Inkjet can printing is coming along pretty well. There's issues with it, obviously, just like anything else. The issue with this label is the good thing is you can buy the cans bright stock, buy them, but you have to find somebody to apply the label.
Right.
You can do it by hand.
Yeah, because you can do it you can get your own little roller.
You can do that. Depends on what the volume is. You can print the labels digitally. The problem is when the label goes on the can, it creates a lot of problems for MRFs, or it can create problems for MRFs.
But if I'm launching a product and I'm trying to keep my costs down, I've got a great design. I want to apply it to a can. Doing it on a label is going to be the cheapest way to do it. And I'm launching a product now. I'm not worried about the MRF tomorrow, unfortunately. Right?
It might be shrink sleeved. There depends on the label.
Yeah, shrink sleeve is another option,
Well, it
but
really depends on the
you got
filler.
MOQs. Yeah.
Yes, and
Well,
most of these
you can
mobile canner fillings companies have their own labeling equipment and six-pack applications and things like that.
Hey, Adipati, how you doing? You're questioning in mold. I'm not familiar with that. Are you guys familiar with in mold?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't do in mold with aluminum because you'd have to actually you'd have to mold the label into the can when the can is formed. And that's not going to happen.
Mm,
In mold typically happens with
Plastic.
HDPE.
Yeah.
So you'd get a label that you can actually put into the mold. So if you think about like car oil or a lot of detergents have it, and then that makes the regrind a lot easier.
Chocolate sauce.
Yeah, or Hershey's. And he was right. If you put a shrink sleeve on it, it literally costs you $0 to put a tear perf in so that you can quickly remove it. The perforation happens when the shrink sleeve gets seamed, and so it doesn't slow anything down. You just have to ask for it to be added. You can't do it on a label, but you can do it on a shrink sleeve.
All right. And then, all right. So these guys, Brooklyn Beer, Brooklyn Brewery.
No sleep till. Sorry.
This was done. These guys did a full refresh with Robot Food with Simon Forster, and those guys you can check out. I did a full interview with him on this and a few other things that were a little controversial, which is kind of fun. This pack, because this is a collab with Copenhagen, which is a metal fest. It's like a 4-day metal fest in Copenhagen, which is insane.
It's amazing that they got an American beer.
Yeah, right.
That's impressive. Well done.
From Brooklyn's perspective, from Brooklyn Beer's perspective, you're opening up to a whole new audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing. Like with limited edition packaging, the fact that they're doing this, and they did this last year. So every year you're doing this. Every year you're getting a whole new group of people that might not have been introduced to the brand before, might just be of legal drinking age, like whatever that is. Like you have to always do something a little bit different, a little bit new. It's
Are we
a
talking
limited
about
edition one.
drinking age in Copenhagen? Because isn't that like 10?
Yeah, it's like 8. But but with any brand, like anything that you're doing, anytime you're designing packaging, you've got these opportunities to do some cool marketing and get introduced to new audiences or expand your audience.
Right.
So that does it really well. The fact that this is on a label is because it is limited edition. It is faster. It is cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing like the full print direct to can, all that stuff. And the designs are a little different. Like I've seen this one. It's got Time Machine IPA. It's got limited edition brew. There's another one, if I can get to that page, this one here, which then shows you, gives you a little bit of information on the beer. You can see the end of the label because it's sold at 7-Eleven.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So 7-Eleven in Copenhagen. I guess 7-Eleven is really cool over there.
Okay, so this is a
cool
collaboration.
everywhere.
It is. This is not at the actual festival. This is beer you can just go buy regularly. And
correct. It'll be available at the festival.
Got it.
Probably
but you can buy it now.
Yeah.
Only at 7-Eleven.
They don't generally allow cans at a festival, right?
Oh, they do here.
Yeah.
They don't throw stuff at people.
Yeah.
In Denmark, yes.
You can have the can, you just can't have it closed. That's right.
Yeah.
We got you saying Brooklyn's owned by Carlsberg, so
that makes sense.
The Danish brand, so poo on you, Adam. Thanks, Hugh.
Why on me?
I don't know. Why not? Looking at the design though, it's like they're different. Art's different, right? You got these bigger faces on this one. This other one's got like smaller faces, so there is some variable print information on these. So maybe they're all a little bit different, but I think the flavor is essentially the same, like the mouthfeel, as it says on one of the cans.
Mouthfeel. HP. If this is printed on an HP Indigo, they've got some really cool software that can allow you to print one of one. So you can upload, 10 designs, and let's say you do 10,000 and then a bunch of different color combinations, and it will create all 10,000 unique art pieces for you. It's been doing that for quite a while. So I'd be curious if they did that.
Yeah, I wonder.
I didn't know that, Chris.
It looks like it just, I mean, the print quality is good. It's not like amazing, but it's on paper, right? We've got Chris Olsen coming in saying she loves how Robot Food honored Milton Glaser by deliberately leaving his iconic hand-drawn bee untouched out of respect. And I mean, that design it's super clean. Why change it? Packaging chic.
Yes.
Sharon Huge is a
it's
holographic background. It is not a holographic background. It's just paper. What was that, Adam?
I fly in. I'll be speaking at the FTA show, Jonathan. I leave tomorrow, and I'll be out there Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I believe. So,
are you taking your pirate ship?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to the Pirates game. That's why I'm getting prepared for my speaking event.
It's all coming together.
No, I think that was on. Was that on? You said that was on a paper label.
Yeah, looks like it.
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure that was a film label. It's weird for a beverage to be in a paper label.
It's a very wet environment when they fill.
This
I'm gonna guess that's a metallic or a white bop. Bop doop dop bop doop bop.
I don't know. Look at this. Look at this texture.
We're
Like
gonna need samples.
I mean, I can see the 4-color process right here.
Can we buy this at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check in Utah. Probably not actually here. Now that I think about it,
I don't know. You don't feel this is paper? I almost feel like these are little fibers up here.
Could
like
be.
I can see. I don't know.
Possible. I haven't seen a lot of paper labels on cans, though.
You can even see the color, the rasterization here from 4-color. I got
it could also be that this was taken from looks like a cell phone camera and then superimposed into your computer, which is now going through the internet. Are you one of those designers, Avelio, who shows up to a press check and you're like, this doesn't look anything like it looked on my computer?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh,
I wanted it more purple.
Yeah, I was hoping that the skeletons would be a little bit more scary. Can you guys
looking at this texture that's happening here in this gradient? That doesn't happen because of going cell phone through internet. Like that's just a 4-color process pattern. Like that's just the pattern.
Definitely a 4-color process. It's definitely a digitally printed label. I can't tell from the camera. I would be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
The paper label on a beer can. That's not normally a combination that you see, but maybe because it was limited edition, they liked the feel of paper. They went for it, but I would guess it's probably a white bop, if I had to guess.
Which is the step up from an bop.
It is chick.
Yeah.
Sharon, you see perfect.
Oh, okay. Chick. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know, but that's like geeking out on the print and the texture. So if you're from Robot Food, if you guys worked on this, if anybody's on here that can find out, would be great. Otherwise, we're gonna see if we can find this stuff somewhere. But yeah, is it paper or is it plastic?
That's the question that we always wonder about.
Yeah, paper or plastic. And if it's plastic, what's the challenge in the MRF? What do we need to make sure that we've done? If I've designed this and I've chosen a BOP label, what do I need to worry about? Adhesive, material? Like what are the things that I should be caring about that I probably don't?
Adhesive, overlam. That's pretty much it. All you have to do is tell your label printer or your sticker shop that it's going on an aluminum can, and then they'll be able to dial in the right adhesive for you. The problem in recycling though is that plastic gunks up the grinders or the gears when it goes through the aluminum, and it's not good. So,
okay, we got somebody saying a lot of ink bleed for sure, convincing that it's paper.
That's
You
that's your burner account, right, Avelio?
Yeah,
That's-
I was like, we got somebody jumping in over here.
Yes, anonymous listener.
Melio Evatos.
yeah. So if I just go to my sticker shop that's printing these out for me to put on my can, I tell them, hey, I'm going aluminum. That's all I need to tell them. They're just going to use an adhesive that's going to flake off and separate the label easily, or they're going to use whatever the cheapest.
The material won't flake off. They're going to just use whatever they can to go on the aluminum.
Don't I want like a clean flake?
No,
I don't. Why not?
because that only works for clear, or that only works for PET.
Mm. And
There's no
then
clear flake for aluminum. HDPE has a lot of other adhesives you can use. PET is
okay.
pretty specific if you want it to come off during recycling. Aluminum doesn't matter.
And these need to
Aluminum-
stick really
aluminum's-
well to the cans.
Aluminum's melting anyway, right?
Correct.
So it doesn't matter what kind of adhesive I got on there.
Yeah, glass, aluminum. It's a pretty violent process to.
Hmm.
Guys, I gotta
What?
go. My meeting is here early.
Okay.
All right.
So
Sounds
I
good.
need to leave. I miss
With
you all
your-
already. Have a great
Fellow
weekend.
pirates.
Come visit
All
me in Pittsburgh if you're there.
Ahoy. Ahoy, matey. We'll see you next week.
Ahoy.